Then why are we?
Well, that was crazy looking.
Okay.
Wasn't it?
Well,
Anyway.
you said push public, and I was like,
Well,
what?
I've already done all that.
Okay.
It's good to go.
We'll
We're
see.
good to go today.
Okay. All right.
Lord, have mercy on our souls.
Well, way to start the show, though, right?
It never fails. It really never fails.
Even when it's going right. Even when it's going right.
Everything's
it's still
set
right.
up and ready to go, and it's still just. Anyway, welcome back. If you all haven't started drinking yet, please do, because you may need it.
I haven't even pre-gamed today.
Oh,
no,
no.
you've been behind.
There's a lot of stuff to talk about on this bottle, and I put out a TikTok and a short to try to advertise the show tonight, and that took some time because for some reason the TikTok thing is like alerting and not letting me post. I have to go through and appeal that it hasn't violated their policies and stuff.
Treaties and policies and
Yeah.
At Poor Decision Corey says Happy Friday, Jens.
Happy
Happy
Friday.
Friday, poor decision, Corey.
Have we made any poor decisions in this last week?
All right. Happy Friday to you.
Yay. I mean, my
Well-
Friday was technically yesterday, but yay, happy Friday.
I'm glad you're here tonight.
Woohoo.
I thought this month was going to be very Ryan sparse, but we get a little bit of Ryan. We've had 2 Fridays in a row with him, so hey, things are looking good.
Y'all are going to get sick and tired of me here soon.
Nah, you're the normal. You got something?
Steve Corson, Bearded Dragon Nano, says evening from Central Maine.
All right.
Appreciate you
Bearded
tuning in,
Dragon.
sir. I remember your name from last week. Appreciate
The
you giving
Bearded
us a little
Dragon.
time.
We're going to do King Ranch.
If you haven't picked up on that already.
I was going to do a little bit more. I was going to have a bunch of bottles up here and kind of have it to where you're guessing the whole time and then like secretly say what we were going to do because
Well, I
this
have
is,
to put that in the title anyway.
Well,
The
you-
title gives it away.
I guess the title could come later though.
No.
Ryan asked if he'd made any bad decisions, and he said, been waiting for the show all day, glad to be here. I'm trying to make a poor decision right about now.
Do an Old Forrester product. Old Forrester has some great products, many of them.
I never
And,
consider that to be a bad decision.
This is one
Just
of
saying.
their. This is a hard to get bottle, and we'll explain that in the show. But with the Old Forrester episode, Old Forrester has a lot of history, right? And we're going to do a little bit of it today, and then we're going to get into this bottle. I've got a special thing planned for me and Ryan. I wrote a play, so we're going to do a play. We're going to do some acting tonight.
We're going to see if we chose the wrong career path.
Y'all,
But let's-
y'all maybe should have pre-gamed before.
I definitely
I
needed the pregame for that.
I needed it bad.
But I got down to the end of my notes and I said, hey, we can make, and the reason I do that is because I want your input and I want your vocalness. And I think I take over the show with my talking a lot because there is a lot of it and you don't like to read some of the points or even the history.
I'm just here.
You're just the drink and enjoy. I'm the
Yeah, I'm just
history
here.
kind of drink and enjoy. All right, but anyway.
He's the filler.
He's the filler, but
Yeah.
I'm just here.
you're here, but I like the participation, so I want to get you involved, and I think sometimes I take over the show, just like I am now.
You really didn't have to involve me like that, though.
Oh,
Like,
this
we
is good.
really could have left that
No,
out.
this is fun for me to involve you like this.
If you all don't like cringy stuff, maybe click off now.
No,
Because it's
Oh,
going to
no.
get cringy.
it's going to get good.
You
and
for
it
sure
goes,
wait.
It goes with our bottle. So King Ranch, all right. But we're going to start a little bit with Old Forrester. So it starts back in the late 1800s, right? George Garvin Brown. Last time we did an Old Forrester thing, we called him GGB. Remember that?
GGB.
GGB. All right, so George Garvin Brown, he was a pharmaceutical salesman, or a medicine man, they called him back in the 1860s. Now, you have a favorite pharmaceutical salesman that you know?
I can't say I know anyone that has.
I do, because when I read about him being a pharmaceutical salesman, the first thing I thought of was the TV show Psych, which I love, and Burton
Gus.
Guster, right?
Guster.
So that got me looking. Now, George Garvin Brown is GGB. Well, Burton Baldwin Guster is BBG.
GGB. and
It could
GGB.
be him in another life. But anyway, if you like Psych, I do. That kind of gives you my personality, I guess, or my mentalness, maybe, with Psych, the TV show. It's very funny. It's very funny. But he was a so George Garvin Brown, pharmaceutical salesman, was not like going around selling Tylenol and aspirin. Back in the 1860s, they sold tonics and elixirs. And
Witchcraft.
well, and this kind of got me down a rabbit hole too, because I was looking up some kind of tonics and elixirs that they might do. But most of these tonics and elixirs contained alcohol, opium, morphine. You know, that's some big time stuff. So a lot of people was probably feeling real good back then. So these elixirs and stuff probably worked.
Peter White said Friday night cheers.
Hey, Peter, cheers to you. So some such elixirs, and this is something, there was one called Ayer's Cherry Pectoral. It was a wild, popular respiratory medicine. It was advertised to cure coughs, colds, bronchitis, and tuberculosis instantly. Instantly cures it. So the ingredients in that was morphine, heroin, wild cherry bark, and bloodroot. So these are some of the elixirs. There was a Mrs. Winslow soothing syrup. It was advertised to mothers to make their as a miracle balm to quiet their crying infants, cure teething pains, and to help with diarrhea.
It just knocks them out all the time.
Well, the ingredients in this baby medicine was morphine sulfate and pure alcohol. So it did work. It did quiet babies.
Did you wonder why?
The lucky ones went to sleep. But unfortunately, thousands of babies died from overdoses back then with these kind of medications. So anyway, George noticed that there's very much a lot of adverse effects in these meds and stuff that's going on. And even some of the batches...
Adverse effects is an understatement.
Yes. And some of the batches of alcohol that the doctors prescribed were bad and of poor quality. And we've heard of rectifiers selling stuff, making it look older and all that stuff. So I won't get into all that. But even the doctors that prescribed alcohol back then, which was something else that I was surprised. And I don't know why, because I should have known this, but it caught me off guard a little bit. So I guess I thought Prohibition was the reason they started making alcohol and selling it as medicine, just so they could keep producing bourbon, right? Well, I'm very wrong, because way back in the 1800s, they prescribed alcohol as medicine back then. And so I'm assuming that is the only reason they were allowed to continue making alcohol as medicine, because still, when Prohibition came about, doctors were still prescribing alcohol as medicine.
There were also a lot of people self-prescribing themselves back then.
Well, back then, that's over-the-counter. Over-the-counter medications, just like we get today.
That's the Tylenol of the 1800s. Right here.
There you go.
Peter says original speedball.
Mm-hmm.
And Corey says, yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah. Wrong.
Wrong.
All right, but after noticing all the flaws, GGB, George Garvin Brown, was talking to one of his doctor friends, and his name happened to be Dr. Forrester, with 2 R's. But they were discussing the need and ways to assure the quality.
I spelled the title incorrectly.
Oh my
Did you
God.
spell it with 2
2
R's? Hey, look, that's all right.
All right.
No, that's all right.
Title's incorrect, guys, but
That's all right, because
fine.
it's not incorrect. It ties perfectly to the show. And I'll
I should have
tell
put
you what.
Forrester in quotations.
All right, so they were discussing the need and the ways to assure quality over whiskey they prescribed. And one of the suggestions was having it in a bottle. And whiskey had never been in a bottle before. And I know that because old Forrester was the first to do it. So at this time when they're discussing it, it hadn't done it. But in my mind,
Heck, back there in the hospitals, they probably just had a big old barrel of bourbon next to them with a ladle. They'd lay down people on the bed. Here, get you some of this in
one
there.
for you, one for me.
Kick them to the road.
One for you, one for me. Okay, anyway. So,
I had 87 patients today.
but I think he ran out of Dr.
No, you
Forrester's
didn't.
office that night. I think George Garvin Brown ran out of there that night, quit selling stuff, and said he's going to start selling alcohol. All right? So in 1870, he decided to stop selling pharmaceuticals, start selling whiskey, but he wasn't going to sell it like everybody else did. He would be the first to bottle it, cork it, seal it, and sign it to assure the quality of the bourbon inside. All right? So that was a first. Old Forester was a first in many things. I think this was the first of the first that they were the first of.
The first of the first of the first.
I think this was the first of the first of the first that they were the first of. Anyway, so he did that in the 1870s. He was just 24 years old, bought a storefront right there on Main Street in Louisville, which we like to call Whiskey Road today.
Whiskey Road.
And if you go to Old Forester today, where Old Forester is located today is the same exact place they were located in 1870 when he opened his first storefront. Now, the building interior might have changed, but the facade on the outside exactly the same. All right, the facade on the outside exactly the same as it was in 1870. Whiskey Row, that's all preserved. It's very cool. But he opened a storefront there where he bottled Old Forester for the first time. Now, he didn't have a distillery. Oh, go ahead.
Happy Friday from your indie sister, Tina.
Awesome. Hi, Tina.
Appreciate you tuning in.
That's awesome. I think Dana's visiting down there, so, or close, or maybe she told when she went last week. I don't know.
Yeah.
But thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Where he bottled, now here's where your misspelling comes in that you didn't know.
Yay.
He bottled Old Forester 2 R's
For
the first time.
Forrester.
So he used the name of the doctor, honored the name of the doctor by calling it Old Forester with 2 R's. So this product, when it first came out, was spelled with 2 R's.
It was all planned.
All right. So now he didn't have a distillery. He actually purchased barrels from other distilleries, blended it together, got the taste that he wanted, and then that's what he bottled, corked, and did all that stuff with. So yeah, so you see, taste, bottled, corked, sealed, and signed.
There you go.
Corey said,
Take it to the bank.
a poor decision has been made. Blanton's
All right.
bottle killed.
Blanton's
That's
bottle
not a poor
kill.
decision at all.
That's a very good poor
That's a
decision.
respectable decision.
It's a good poor decision. All right, so Old Forester with 2 R's after the doctor who gave him the ideal, because the doctor had the ideal of putting stuff in a bottle and kind of quality controlling this stuff. All right. Later, the name changed to just 1 R for Old Forester. That's what you see today. And he did purchase a distillery or 2 later as well. Now, that's just a small portion of Old Forester's history. We're not going to get
It goes
into
deep.
We're not going to get into the deep dive. We're already 13 minutes in.
There's too many other Old Forester products that we'll eventually be doing shows on that the history will eventually unravel itself.
That is like right off my page. Excellent.
Ooh, that's bad. You're in his head.
That's right off my page.
Oh, well, I'm looking
Alright,
at a
so-
whole shelf of it over here.
I've got to skip now. Yeah, there's a lot of it, ain't there?
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
looking at probably 13 bottles on one shelf.
Well, you got, you got the single barrels, you got the barrel proof single barrels.
All the 117 series.
I mean, the lucky ones you can get, the President's
President's
Choice.
Choice is over there.
Yeah, the President's Choice. Dun, 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 dun.
That's good.
Birthday bourbons, they're empty, but, they're not over there, they're over there.
They're
Anyway.
over here.
All right, so
We got bourbon everywhere. Here, there, back here.
but the point is, there's so many bottles of Old Forester that we're going to do other shows, have to do a little bit more history.
You get some bourbon. And you get some bourbon.
Bourbon all
All
over.
right.
We got bourbon up here.
Let's talk a little bit about what we're doing and how this bottle got created. Because I'm guessing not a lot of you, unless you kind of dive into bourbon and look at these
If
options.
you
and
like
everything,
rabbit holes as much as this guy, you probably know everything he's about to say.
you may not even you may not have known that Old Forester made a King Ranch bottle.
Ford also makes a King Range truck.
They do. And do you know why it's a King Ranch bottle? You know where King Ranch is, what it is? Did I already say that?
No.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about this. So I don't know who's heard of it. I don't know who's tried it, but this is why you may not have heard of it. It's limited edition bourbon that's only released in Texas. which is odd for Kentucky bourbon to only be released in Texas. Now, Texas, South Texas that is the home of King Ranch. All right? So, and you probably never heard of that. I hadn't. I did a little research on it. 825,000 acres.
Ooh.
You know what's wild though?
What?
That is literally just a fraction of Texas. Like a very small fraction of Texas.
But do you know how big it is? I do.
What, Texas or the ranch?
The ranch. They have over 825,000 acres. King Ranch is bigger than the entire state of Rhode Island.
Wow.
Bigger than the entire state of Rhode Island.
Wow.
It's double the size of Hawaii's most populated island, Oahu.
Oahu.
Oahu. Double the size.
Wow.
Right? There's only one house on this ranch. No, I'm just kidding.
Just one big
One
mansion.
job on this house. No, but it's bigger than that. It's larger than Yosemite National Park.
Wow.
It's 3 times larger than the Grand Teton National Park.
The Grand Tetons.
Yep. Don't make me smile, you all.
Don't smile. Don't smile back here. Our producer's, she's not wanting to smile today.
For other reasons, not just because she's grumpy.
We are going to do a play on how I think this bourbon got created. So, these two families,
I gotta get into character.
Yes.
well, just a second there. So, both families have ties to the Kentucky Derby, all right? You've got a 7-family generation of bourbon producing out of the Brown family,
Wow.
all right? 7 generations of producing bourbon. You have 8 generations of the King family doing some ranching. And actually King's Ranch it was like established in 1853, and it's like it's like what everybody points to as the first American ranch. Like this was the first one. I had that in my notes. I passed
Or
it
if it
up.
be
You got me laughing.
considered comparable to Dutton's Ranch.
Dutton's on Yellowstone? I don't know. I bet it's bigger.
You think?
Okay.
I think King Ranch is what they made Dutton's Ranch.
You think that's how they?
I think that's what the show's based on. We're gonna go with that.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Anyway, just replace Dutton with King. You got the same thing.
Okay.
All right. All right. No, that's all falsehood.
Yeah.
Fake news.
So, but both of these families, they have ties to the Kentucky Derby. And of course, we know that Brown-Forman produces the bourbon that makes all of Kentucky Derby's famous mint juleps, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then the King Ranch tie, they have 3 Kentucky Derby winners, and one of those ended up winning the Triple Crown. The Crown.
Clown.
The Triple
He's
Crown.
a triple clown.
Corey says it's the official bourbon of Ford trucks.
Official bourbon of Ford trucks?
That should be a slogan for them. The official bourbon.
I'm betting the Ford truck is based on this King Ranch as well, because it's tough
Maybe.
enough to be doing all the jobs on the ranch.
Yeah.
Sponsored by George Foreman.
That's what I'm guessing. George Foreman, and that's funny because Brown-Forman, the foreman. So when George Garvin Brown opened his shop where he sold bourbon whiskey, he sold Old Forrester for the first time in 1870. It was actually he partnered with his brother, and it was JTS Brown and Bro.
And bro.
JTS Brown and Bro, that was the name of the place that he did all that. Well, later, after dissolving that partnership and stuff, there was many different partnerships, but it ended up becoming Brown-Forman. Well, the name of Foreman was George, and no, it's not the boxer. It ended up being his accountant that he went into partnership with, and now it's still Brown-Forman forever. Ever.
There you go.
Ever. Anyway, that was sidetracked. So they got ties to the Kentucky Derby, and here is how I think this bourbon was created. So this is a play. Ryan will be playing the part of King Ranch. I will be playing the part of Old Forrester. Where's our... And let's see here. We're at the Kentucky Derby, because this is what we used to do our Kentucky Derby special, everybody. All right, Ryan. You're a King Ranch. We're sitting here. Let's go ahead and hold on before you get in character. Go ahead and pop this. Get that off. Get that off.
No, you pop it. Go ahead and pop it.
No, go ahead and pop this and pour, because we got to be drinking. We're at the Kentucky Derby.
Man, I was locked in there.
You were. I liked it. I liked it. I liked it. Woo.
Ooh, Gene Boy said there is a King Ranch edition forward.
See there? Yeah. There.
I told you there was.
I heard you, but evidently Gene Boy didn't. So we're not gonna make the
Lock
commenters know that we don't understand.
Are you gonna pour?
I thought he was. Oh. Okay.
I don't pour.
All right, you
I
don't
pop.
pour. You pop. All right, you pop. I pour.
You pop.
I don't know where Ryan went, but he's definitely gonna get into character now, I guess. All right.
Mm.
I'm excited about this bottle. It's one of those bottles you don't see here in Kentucky, which it's odd not to see Kentucky bourbon in Kentucky. They do ship a lot of them to overseas and stuff, but just to go to Texas and only Texas is kind of unusual. So, all right. So we're at the Kentucky Derby. I'm old Forrester. King Ranch is coming in. We've got us some bourbon poured, and we're sitting here. I got the script here. And this is how King Ranch bourbon starts.
I'm holding my belt buckle, guys, if you couldn't see. What? I gotta hold
Oh
this
yeah.
too?
Oh yeah.
So where does it start? Okay. I like your bourbon.
Thanks.
You ought to make a barrel out of these honey mesquite trees I got. They are nothing but a pain in my arse.
Oh, those honey mesquite trees? I bet they are. They're so populated in that South Texas arid climate, soaking up all the water, probably making it really hard for ranchers. You know what? I can't make a barrel out of that, but I can harvest those trees, burn them down to small charcoal pieces, and then filter some bourbon through it, put it in a bottle, name it King Ranch, and only sell it in Texas.
By gum, you got yourself a deal.
Cheers!
Cheers.
And old Forrester, King Ranch was born.
Woo. Gene Boy said, "Howdy, partner."
You know, I bought that hat, and it's an actual. I think it's a Stetson. It is like an actual, like, really nice cowboy hat. I bought it for a Halloween costume, and I wore it like twice.
That's how all in he is. He goes in and gets like a professional hat
For real.
for a Halloween costume.
If you all saw the costume I wore it for too, you kick me.
All right. So the details on this bottle here. It is distilled at Brown Forman in their Shively, Kentucky plant. That's where most of the bourbon's made. We've talked about that before.
Can we put the Derby up?
Derby's done.
Yep, Derby's over.
It was a good race. It was a good
I don't
race.
know who won.
Yeah,
I was too busy wheeling and dealing.
I lost, but I got a good bourbon out of it. All right. Shively, Kentucky. It is charcoal filtered with the honey mesquite harvested off of King Ranch. It's bottled at 105 proof, and that is a permanent tribute. So it's always going to be bottled at 105 proof. That's a permanent tribute to the grueling 105 degree 5 degree days.
Yeah, there you go.
That they have over there in South Texas on the ranch.
Must have a really thick
All right,
chew.
it is made with their normal recipe: 72 corn, 18 rye, 10 malted barley. It's only released in Texas. What?
We're color coding stuff now, apparently.
I was doing some rarity things, okay, because I wanted to know how rare this bottle was. But its MSRP is about $100.
This bad boy's thick.
It's thick, it's brown, it is charcoal filtered, so that
Oh.
probably picks it up.
That's why you're stumbling over your words, because it's got a thick chew.
It's got a thick chew. I couldn't even talk because of that thick chew.
What's the proof on this?
All right, it's 105 proof.
Mhm.
It is in heavily charred, number 4 char barrels. And then I got some stats because I was really wondering how rare is this bottle since it is only released in Texas. Of course, it doesn't go nationwide, so I'm sure in Texas it's probably on every store shelf that you can imagine. And so if you make a trip to Texas, pick
I
this
don't know,
up.
Texas is big.
It is. Well, if you go to the ranch, I mean,
Shoot.
825 acres of Texas is the ranch. So there ain't.
25,000.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Acres.
Shoot.
825 acres.
It's near
That
a
ain't
million
nothing.
acres. That's
But everybody knows. So the most rare Old Forrester bourbon is the 150th anniversary bottle. They made 3 different versions of that. They made there was only 150 bottles of that anniversary bottle released to the public in the decanter that they had. But they put out 2 other bottles of it. I think one is pretty normal looking. But they only released 39,000 bottles total. So that's a one-time run, only 150 years once. 39,000 bottles. So that's the most rare
And we're gonna get our hands on one.
that you can find. If you want to go to Brown-Forman, rarity goes to the King of Kentucky. They only produce about 3,500 to 5,000 bottles of theirs a year. But as far as an Old Forester that has Old Forester on the label product, after the 150th anniversary, it's the President's Choice. They only release 4 to 7,500 of those each year. Then you go to the Birthday Bourbon. If you want to consider the 117s, they're just batches, so they have a limited release. They only do about 60 barrels of each of those. But this one here is kind of up there because they release about 210 to 350,000 bottles of this.
All in Texas.
But I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. King Ranch is 30 to 60,000 bottles
I
a
was
year.
about to say, woo.
Yeah. The other one, that's the single barrels because they were next. So King Ranch and then the single barrels, they released 210 to 350. But a normal run, so Old Forester's like flagship product, the one that they have the most of, the one that's released the most, is the Old Forester 86. And there's 10 to 14 million bottles of that released each year. So,
Yeah.
all right. So let's do our tasting now. Will you mind getting me some water? See, I did drink as I talked this time.
Wow.
Corey would like to know how old the King Ranch is.
I couldn't find the oldness. It did not age state it.
I can't find the oldness of it, but
I couldn't find the oldness of it. The rumors, only rumors. I couldn't find. There's nothing to the age statement, and all the rumors was different. But it all said 6 to 8 years. Some said 10 years, but I'm going to stick with the 6 to 8 year barrels is probably what they got in it. Now, I've already tasted it a little bit.
oh, I took a little.
It tastes older than a six
Oh,
to
it
8
most
year old
definitely
bourbon.
does.
It's for 100 proof. It's got a. It could be me though.
105.
Yeah,
Or I mean 105.
105
It
proof.
could be my mouth and stuff, but it does have a little bit of a.
One
you
thing
think
I
it
will
has-
say about this, like right off the bat, that I have not said, except for a couple other times, is it's dry.
Oh yeah,
It's dry.
I didn't get that, but I didn't take a big drink. I just took a couple sips, so I didn't get the dryness. But
Which isn't a bad thing.
Actually, now that you say that, it wasn't until you let it sit on your
Yeah, it's
palate, and
almost
it
like
does.
it's almost like it's tart. Like like when you eat something real tart, the feeling that you get on your tongue, that's kind of what I'm getting right now.
I was curious what a honey mesquite charcoal filtration would do to this thing, because a honey mesquite wood, I've never even heard of a honey mesquite. I don't even know what a honey mesquite tree is.
Texas thing.
Evidently, they're abundant in Texas, especially abundant on the ranch, and they soak up a lot of water, so they're a really wet tree.
Wet tree.
But the mesquite, I can smell kind of like a mesquite barbecue
Maybe that's what
smell.
the mesquite is doing, giving it that dry.
Maybe. But do you all smell like a mesquite kind of barbecue smell in there? Because I smell that. It almost smells like, like barbecue pork or something. To me, over that mesquite stuff, I get a little bit of that.
I'm just overpowered by oak, or like the
Wood,
The
yeah,
barrel.
the
Yeah.
barrel.
which I'm not complaining about at all.
I'm not sure how many charcoal filters. A lot of them are non-filtered. They always do non-chill filtered and all that stuff, and they're proud of that. This one is charcoal filtered.
Boy, it's sweet at the same time.
Peter said he still has an old Forrester 150th batch 3 in the
Ooh.
bar. We'll get it sooner or later.
Nice. So he's got, those are the most rare Old Forester bourbon that you can have. The 150th anniversary. So that's a good bottle right
He
there.
said he'll get to it sooner or later drinking it, I guess. Yeah.
Well, good. Always drink the bourbon. That's what I
Same.
say. Always drink it.
Enjoy it.
It's got a lot of sweetness to it, though. I'm
It
getting
does.
fruitiness. I'm getting. I want to say honey. I don't think it's because of the wood, but I think it's just a honey-esque, kind of like more like a honeysuckle, not like a raw honey kind of thing.
There's a fruit in it too. Some kind
I
of
get-
fruit.
I get cherry, but I get a mesquite flavored pulled pork barbecue kind of sandwich right there.
Applewood smoked bacon.
A
Mm.
little bit of, there you go, a little bit of cherryness in there, so a little bit of fruitiness with the cherry, but
Okay, so we smoked it in cherry wood.
There you go.
it didn't say cherry wood. Nothing about that.
Cherry wood.
Sounds
Alright.
good.
Boy, it's good though.
Yeah.
And I will say, smelling it, you get that little burn on your nose too.
And when you first put it in your mouth for the very first time, it has that.
See, it didn't eat me up too bad on the
Well,
palate.
it wasn't too bad, but you could feel it.
It was pretty smooth for a 105, I think. I've had 80s that drink harsher than that.
I had a couple little sips, but as far as my first acclimation goes, we don't judge on our first acclimation. If you watch the show, you know that, but we do talk a little bit about what we feel with
There's
that.
a lot of brown sugar in it too.
I don't have
Mhm.
a lot of that burn either,
Well, it could just be because of my situation.
but I did get some uniqueness out of this right off the bat, and I'm really enjoying that. I don't know, we've had a couple of shows here that was normal,
Yeah.
and that's
Last
cool
week.
because this
Last
one
week.
is unique bourbon.
It's-
Have you had one or two?
I'm on my third.
It's
You're
definitely-
still smelling.
What?
That's the thing recording on the phone.
it's
I should have
more-
put it on D&D.
It's way more complex than what we had last week, because there's
Yes.
lots of flavors, lots of smells. Like he says, you could keep going back to it and probably bring out new things.
Yes.
I completely forgot that we were recording with my phone. I heard my watch ring and I was like, I should hear my phone over on the other side of the room here in a second. And all of a sudden I was like, oh no, wait, we're
That was your idea because your camera and stuff is better.
I got the iPhone 17 Pro Max camera.
Whoop.
They upgrade them every year. Don't you know that?
I'm agreeing with our producer. I'm really excited. I was excited about this bourbon. I was excited to get this bottle. This was an auction win for me. I got it for around $80 at the auction, which is actually cheaper than MSRP now. So that's good.
Shipping though.
Yeah, I mean, it's shipping and
yeah.
everything. It's going to run a little more than MSRP by the time it got to my door, but it's saved me a drive to Texas. So it's got to be
I
cheaper
thought it was
than that.
Illinois.
Southern Texas.
Texas, Southern Texas.
I thought it was in Illinois. I could have sworn you said it was there.
Did you ever hear that?
No, I was talking about the auction. I thought you was talking about the auction.
The auction is in yeah, it was in
Okay.
Chicago, yeah.
Oh,
I was
okay.
talking about going and picking up a
Oh,
bottle.
oh yeah. Sorry. You said you wanted off the auction. That's where my mind was.
I'm sticking with what I said originally though. It is a little bit dry. It gives that little tart feeling, which isn't a bad thing. The oakiness comes through a ton. And I'm a big fan of that. If they're going to be advertising this char 4 barrel and everything, and I mean, you better be able to taste it.
I get it, and I like it. Yeah.
I get it, but there's brown sugars. I'm getting honey on the palate too, like that honeysuckle kind of stuff, and almost like a pastry-esque kind of taste on the back end of it. I don't know if that's the grains coming through or what, but it's almost like a sweet pastry of some sort.
I'm almost right with you on everything, because I say cherry. I get a little bit of cherryness in there. I think that was the uniqueness, but the pastry, it's kind of like a cherry turnover from Arby's, just not as sweet. Maybe if you just scraped all the really good icing off of that cherry turnover and
Might be
ate
about it.
it like that. ate the cherry turnover without that icing, so it settles that sweetness. That cherry turnover, I'm getting a lot of that flavor in there. But I get a tiny bit of that dryness that you're talking about. I've had drier, but I'm getting that mesquite smoky taste as well. It's finishing with a little bit of peppers, but it's really interesting
I was
how
thinking
the things I'm getting out of it.
I was thinking there'd be a lot more savory to this than what there actually is. It's sweet for what it is.
Well, when I was smelling pulled pork, I was actually looking for some pulled pork flavors in there, like some barbecue
Like
or
the
We got you like
a hog out of the pit
you're
kind of
making
flavor.
me want barbecue.
Like
I
the
know.
burnt ends?
Yeah, burnt ends.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's kind of what it reminded me of in the smell. Now on my
Now, do you know
my-
what I get after it sets?
I'm gonna have to order
What?
Dickies
Do you
or
know
something.
the glaze that they put to make strawberry shortcakes?
Mhm.
They put that strawberry glaze.
Yeah,
That's
you're
what I'm
that
getting,
kind of a
only not
strawberry
as-
glaze.
Not as sweet.
Not
as
as
that.
sweet, because this is not overly sweet.
No,
The
it's good.
smell is sweet. You get a good kind of brown sugary kind of smell, like
I'm-
you said in there.
I'm
but
gonna
the
tell you
flavor-
straight up, this is really well balanced.
It is.
With you get the char, you get the sweetness, and everything blends together really nice.
I'm a fan.
Gene Boy said, God bless Texas.
God bless Texas.
Yeah, they know how to do it. I have
With
heard
his
that
own
everything's
hand.
better in Texas.
And
it just
bigger.
came from Kentucky.
It's
That's right.
bigger and better. That's what I heard.
But no, I think it's worth the trip to Texas. If you live on the other side of the country, drive to Texas. Go to any store because you know these are going to be very abundant, and just pick one up.
$100.
$100, it's yours.
Well, it might be a little more expensive.
It's
in
definitely
Texas.
worth it.
Well, if you're driving there, yes.
I like
that's
it.
the
Let's
gas.
go ahead. I won't interrupt you this time and give your review.
That basically was my review.
You want to lay it out
I mean,
on us before without me interrupting you?
It's really good, guys. This is a really good bourbon. It's really well balanced. I love the oak, or not the oakiness because it's not oak wood, but I love the char that you get because you taste it. That charcoal filtered esque that they're doing, you get every bit of it, and then you get that sweetness with the brown sugar, honey, a little fruitiness, the pastriness coming through from the grains on the back end. Really, really enjoyable overall.
I agree.
Are we doing ratings now too, or is our? do you
Yeah,
want
go
to
ahead.
Go ahead. Or I can give mine and you can. I don't know how we usually do it.
We
I think
It's
usually,
usually
wing
total chaos.
I
We
think-
wing it.
I think we rate it after we.
I think the ratings usually just come out
Yeah.
whenever.
All right. Well, I'll go with mine then. So the smells, I've already talked about the smells of it.
I'm
Really good. I'm like you. I can go in again and get something different.
I forgot to mention, my nose matches my palate on this
A
one.
little bit. I'm missing that pork or that barbecue, but I'm getting that mesquite and smokiness taste. I'm getting that barrel char taste, which is
Hold on.
unusual. Uh-oh, see, that's what it did.
Pause.
Hold on, guys.
That's what it did when our producer had to hold.
Oh, the battery died.
Oh, okay.
All right, hold on, guys. Technical difficulties. Producer's probably gonna have to hold the camera for the rest of the show here.
Well, this ain't nothing compared to what I
She's
did
done it before.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. It said that it was green battery before we started.
Okay.
All right, we're still going good. All right, so Old Forrester, wow, what a product, right?
I've not had a bad product.
I've never had anything I did not like from Old Forrester.
Corey says someone made a bad decision.
My little gyroscope decided to check out on us about 5 minutes early.
But everything that I've had from Old Forrester, I've liked. The 2025 birthday bourbon, not what I expected after having the 2024 and how good it was. But other than that, I mean, from Statesman to the single barrels, now to this, it's all been great. So I will say it's great. Do get that kind of cherry turnover pastry taste at the beginning. Goes into that mesquite. I think that is that mesquite charcoal that they filter that with. I'm tasting a lot of mesquite smokiness, or it's just that heavy char for barrel. Very good, and what I expect out of what they're advertising. And I love that. If you're gonna, we had one just a couple weeks ago, or even last week, that said char for barrel, and you couldn't taste nothing.
It was a little letdown.
I like the proof at 105 proof. Like our producer said, when it first hits you, you might be a little bit surprised with the spiciness of it.
Gene Boy said, glad it was the phone. I thought it was me. Shoot.
Yeah, you might be surprised by the spiciness of it. Not for you or I probably, but maybe for a beginner. But the 105 proof, I think, is dead on what they need this at.
It's perfect. That's a sweet spot.
And it's a beautiful thing. The smell changes when you go for it. The taste changes. I think this would be real good with any meal that you would have.
I could see myself going to Texas Roadhouse and having me a nice steak or something with a roll. Ooh, could you imagine how good this is with the rolls?
This ought to be standard at every Texas Roadhouse.
Get you some of that cinnamon butter roll with some, oh man,
Yeah.
I might go to Texas Roadhouse.
But I really enjoy this bourbon. I won't go to Texas to get another one, but I will try to win another one off an auction.
It's a good one.
This is a really good bourbon.
Real good.
But all Old Forester stuff that I have has been. Has anyone out there had a bad Old Forester product?
Let us know.
Now, I've never drank the Old Forester 86 or 90 or 100 or any of that stuff, the lower ones that they have. I kind of started in the middle and kind of remained there. The Statesman, I think, was the
I
first.
make the Old Forester 115, 50%, 1910.
Yeah, 1910.
I can't finish reading them because my phone's down there, but he was rating them.
Okay, well, the 1910 is awesome. That's their double oak.
There
You
was
like it.
there was others. There was a couple others that he put on there, but I can't see them.
All right, we are sorry about the comments. So our producers holding the camera can't reply to the comments now, guys. So maybe after, well, we don't
Wait a
see them
minute.
after the show, do we?
Cheers, friends and community. Arr. That was from a new follower, it looks
All
like.
right, a new
Appreciate you
follower.
doing that.
Hey, thanks for following. Like, follow, tell your friends. What do you give this rating?
Good Lord.
I mean, how high do you want to go? Because this is the best bourbon I've had on the show for a while, as far as taste wise. I think
I
you
don't
don't
think
compare, but I do.
I don't think that it's beginner friendly.
Someone said not bad, but the Old Forester 117 Berry Old Bourbon was.
It's not bad. We're doing our best
because
here,
it's
guys.
too small.
We're doing our best here.
There's a lot of the 117 series that I haven't tried. I've got a bunch of them on the shelf over there. Eventually, we'll do shows on it. So maybe we'll get to that one. I got the extra old, but I don't know if I got the one you're talking about. There's so many of those little ones.
I don't think this is beginner friendly. I mean, $100. I don't think you're gonna go out and buy a bourbon for $100.
Are you going to go to
find it.
Texas? You're not going to find it anywhere but Texas or an auction or maybe secondary that'll ship. I don't know.
So I don't think it's beginner friendly. It's hard to find. I don't think that a beginner is gonna like the 105, but it drinks really smooth.
It
from
does.
105.
I
It
think
is
it does
nice. It's real nice. I love the color of it. You get that. You get the barrel taste. You get the sweetness. Everything's a really beautiful harmony, and it just works together really nice. I'm giving it like a 9.4.
Woo-hoo-hoo! I didn't know how high he was going to go.
9.4.
That's incredible. It's really hard for me to give anything a 9. The 8 shelf, I'm very comfortable on the 8 shelf. This, I knew from the moment I tasted it, that it was going to be on the 8 shelf or higher. To give something over a 9, though, I mean, you're really limiting the rest of the bottles. You know, because
I don't go
there's
bottle for bottle. I go what this is on a scale from 1 to 10 for me, not what's on those shelves over there.
True.
But
This to me
I
is a 9.4
agree with
out of
that.
10.
When you're rating them, I agree with what's in front of you.
Don't compare it to what is
But
in
what
front of
if
you right
you're
now.
just in a
Don't
really
turn
good
your
mood
nose
that day
up
and it tastes
to
like a
Old
9?
Forester bottled in bond either.
Repeat that. I'm sorry.
Peter said, don't turn your nose up at the Old Forester bottled in bond.
Okay. Old Forester bottled in bond. I think I got one.
Really?
I think so.
See, I'm having to cut you off so I can read them fast enough before they leave the screen.
I'm
So,
sorry.
okay.
We're wrapping this up.
Okay, so
Guys,
9.4.
my rankings always on this show, I can't speak for him. They are what I'm rating this bottle out of
Right
10, not compared to
front of you.
something else.
Yeah.
This
So,
is a 9.4 out of 10 for me.
What do you rate this one? The
My
one that's in front of
rankings
you.
on this show are compared to everything that I've drank that I can remember compared to the bottles I look at over there. My rankings are compared to others. But anyway, I've never had a bad Old Forester product.
Corey said that 1920 is fire.
I love the 1920 as well.
That's good.
The this one is so smooth, so good, and I think it's very unique flavors. It's flavors you don't get. As far as the last few shows, I mean, this one knocks those other ones out of the water. This one
The
is
other ones have
very.
been fairly simple.
They were simple. This one's
one's
more complex. You get more stuff out of it, and I was really wondering how high you would go with this because I had this at a 9.2 myself.
It's a good,
So that's how good I
bourbon.
thought. That's how good I thought it was. So 9.2. Does our producer have a
I'm up there in the upper eights.
upper 8? So say 8.8. So 8.8, 9.2, 9.4. Really good bourbon, guys. If you can get your hands on one, or maybe if you're just in the area where they may have it at a bar or something, I would definitely get a pour of this.
It's good.
It's a really good bourbon. So
There you go. 9.2,
Texas.
9.4. Texas did it right.
Texas Pete, you want to take us out of here tonight?
Texas Pete, is that my name?
I don't know. That's a barbecue sauce or a hot sauce or something.
Hot sauce. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I'm either going to Texas Roadhouse this evening or I'm gonna go find some barbecue somewhere because we done been talking about these restaurants. I'm like, it's dinner time, and everything sounds real good about now. All right, guys. If you have the opportunity to get this, or if you can manage to find, like he said, a pour of it at a bar somewhere, you got to try it, guys. This is one that you don't want to miss out on if you do have the opportunity to get or try it. Fantastic bourbon overall. A very good experience on the palate, nose, and just talking about it in general. I didn't like our little role play that we had going on
I
here a
loved
little
it.
bit ago. But
I'm kind of mad that they only sent it to Texas.
I don't think that it would be the same unless they only sent it to Texas.
Okay. All right.
I don't think that it would be the same.
I'll give you that.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. We apologize for our little technical difficulty there. Our stand decided to check out on us a few minutes early, but we'll make sure to hook that up to the charger and have it ready to go for next week. But if you all did go on to enjoy it, be sure to like it. Spread the name The Bourbon Basement around to all your friends. If they like chaos and live streams every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we appreciate all of our consistent viewers out there, and really do appreciate giving us a little bit of time out of your Friday evenings to kick the weekend off strong. All that being said, guys, once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and as always, why drink alone?
When you can drink with us.
We'll see y'all next Friday.
Hey, how about a hug?
No.
It was a good show.
No.
It was a good bourbon. All right, well, I'm going to settle for another warm Kentucky hug that comes all the way from Texas. Go boys. Cheers.